Toyota should be worried, not nervous, not slightly uncomfortable, properly worried. Because if Kia really pushes the Sportage in this direction, then the safe, predictable family SUV formula starts looking very old, very quickly. And that is the dangerous part. Because this does not look like a crossover built to politely exist beside the RAV4. This looks like a Sportage designed to steal attention, steal clicks, and potentially steal buyers. Welcome to Accent Auto Channel, and today we're looking at the 2027 Kia Sportage, a bold SUV concept that makes one thing very clear. The mainstream brands can no longer rely on their badge alone. Let's start with the exterior, because this thing does not arrive quietly. From the front, the first thing that grabs you is the grille. And honestly, it is exactly the kind of face legacy brands hate seeing in the rearview mirror. It is wide, upright, heavily framed, and finished in deep gloss black mesh that gives the whole front end a far more premium, expensive identity. It does not look soft, it does not look apologetic, it looks deliberate, and that matters, because in this class, too many SUVs still play it safe. Too many still look like they were signed off by committee, but this Sportage looks like it was designed to dominate the road visually before it even turns a wheel. Then look at the headlamp setup. The triple projector style lighting sharpens the entire front fascia instantly. The LED signature looks crisp, squared, and modern, while the vertical lighting elements lower down the bumper add more width, more height, and more attitude. That is smart design, because lighting today is branding. It is presence. It is identity. Move lower, and the bumper starts doing the aggressive work. Angular intakes, gloss black layering, metallic accents, and a lower splitter treatment make this SUV look wider, lower, and more planted. Even the bonnet helps, with sculpted hood lines that add tension, muscle, and authority. From the side, this is where the Sportage starts looking more premium than people expect from the badge. The profile is clean, polished, and well-balanced. The panoramic roof, silver rails, sleek mirrors, side steps, and those large multi-spoke alloys all push the design into a more upscale territory. Gloss black, machined accents, and low-profile tires give it a luxury-leaning stance. At the rear, the pressure stays on. The taillights are sharp, technical, and modern. The bumper looks bold and layered, and the quad-style exhaust finishers add extra drama. Because the back of an SUV is often where confidence disappears. Here, it does not. It still looks expensive, planted, and ready for attention. Step inside, and this is where the Sportage really starts making the old guard look far too comfortable. Because this cabin does not feel built around cost-saving first. It feels built to impress. From the front seats, the first thing that stands out is the trim and material treatment. That rich brown quilted upholstery instantly lifts the entire cabin. It feels warmer, more premium, and far more sophisticated than the usual black-on-black budget look we still see too often in this class. The seat design itself also helps sell that premium feel. They look wide, properly bolstered, and heavily padded. Supportive enough for long motorway drives, yet soft enough to give the cabin a near-executive atmosphere. Then there's the dashboard. The layout is clean, wide, and sensible, but more importantly, it still feels upscale. You've got a large central infotainment display, tidy horizontal dashboard architecture, wood-style trim, metallic edging, and ambient lighting running across the cabin. And that matters more than people think, because premium feel is not just about screens. It is about atmosphere, and this interior has atmosphere. The steering wheel design looks clean and modern, the digital cluster area feels clear and driver-focused, and the center console looks properly substantial. Rotary-style controls, gloss black surfaces, cup holder packaging, and drive controls all help create a layout that feels easy to use without looking cheap. That is a difficult balance, and visually, this Sportage gets very close. Then look upward, and the panoramic roof helps open the whole cabin out. It adds more light, more space, and that upscale touch buyers notice the moment they step inside. In the rear, the Sportage keeps that premium ambition going. The back seats still carry the quilted finish, the armrest looks thick and comfortable, and the detailing continues into the rear doors rather than stopping at the front row. That is what gives a car a more complete premium identity. Too many SUVs spend all the effort on the driver's side and leave the rear feeling like an afterthought. This does not look like that. It looks like a family SUV that still wants every passenger to feel like they bought something special. Now, on performance, there is no confirmed official 2027 Sportage spec sheet that I could verify, so the safest reference point is the current official Sportage range. Kia UK currently lists 147 brake horsepower petrol versions and 235 brake horsepower hybrid versions, while Kia US lists a 2.5-liter petrol with 187 horsepower and a PHEV with 268 horsepower and 271 pound-feet of torque. So if Kia gives this next step Sportage stronger hybrid tuning, sharper response, and cleaner low-end pull, then yes, Toyota absolutely has a reason to pay attention. Because in the real world, buyers care less about badge mythology and more about usable torque, effortless acceleration, and value per pound. And on the road, this is exactly where Sportage has the chance to become seriously dangerous. Because if the cabin insulation is right, if the seats stay this comfortable, and if the suspension keeps that balance between firmness and compliance, then this could be one of those SUVs that quietly wins people over in the first 10 minutes of a test drive. The upright seating position will appeal to family buyers. The broad cabin feel will appeal to people downsizing from something larger. And the premium-looking materials give the impression of a car that wants to make everyday driving feel just a bit more special. That is the real trick here. Not just looking dramatic in photos, but feeling relaxed, solid, and refined on actual roads. Motorway cruising, school runs, weekend trips, city traffic, that is where this kind of SUV lives. And if Kia gets the ride quality and cabin quietness right, then suddenly the Sportage stops being a sensible alternative and starts becoming the one buyers actually prefer. And this is where Kia becomes genuinely awkward for the big names. Because in the UK, the current Sportage starts from around £30,935, with higher trims like GT Line S Hybrid shown from around £36,975, and Kia continues to back it with that big 7-year/100,000-mile warranty. Kia is also promoting Sportage finance offers in the UK, including hybrid PCP support at the time of writing. That combination is exactly why established rivals should not get too comfortable. Because strong design is dangerous, but strong design with strong warranty cover and aggressive value, that's where real market damage starts happening. So who is this SUV really for? It's for buyers who want RAV4 practicality, but don't want RAV4 predictability. It's for people who think some Japanese rivals are brilliantly sensible, but visually a bit too safe. And it's for families who want premium-looking design, modern tech, and strong value without having to climb into a more expensive badge. Head-to-head, the obvious fight is Toyota RAV4. And the pressure point is simple. Toyota still wins on reputation. But if Kia keeps winning on design drama, cabin richness, value, and warranty confidence, then the decision becomes a lot less automatic than it used to be. So yes, Toyota should be scared. Because the biggest threat in this segment is not always the fastest SUV. It's not always the most expensive either. Sometimes it's the one that gives buyers more design, more presence, more cabin drama, and more value than they expected. All in one package. And if this is the direction Kia wants the Sportage to go, then this SUV is not just evolving. It's aiming straight for the brands that thought they were safe. If you had to choose today, this bold new Sportage or the Toyota RAV4, which one are you taking?